In today's video, we are going to be working on recreating the embellishments pattern done on this gorgeous outfit made by Prudential Atelier on Instagram. We are going to be talking about how we believe this outfit was made and how the embellishments was achieved. If you'll be interested in this type of tutorial, please make sure you watch this video all the way through. It promises to be very enlightening and educative. Also, after watching or while watching, if you are yet to be subscribed to this amazing channel, please remember to hit that subscribe button so you become a part of us and you don't miss any tutorial that comes out of this channel. Feel free to share this video with a friend. Don't hesitate to drop your questions in the comment section or drop your feedback. Yeah, friends, let's get straight into the meat and the potatoes of today's tutorial. Let's go. Hello friends, and welcome back to another tutorial. Today we are going to be working on a particular beading pattern, and before I jump straight into the beading pattern tutorial, I want to just do a quick little recap for people that are finding my video for the first time. If this is your first time here, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Funmibi Olawore. I am a beading and craft / fashion content creator. You can also call me a fashion entrepreneur. I run some businesses outside of YouTube. So if this is your first time here, hello and welcome again. Please remember to turn on your post notification right after subscribing to this channel, because we don't like people that just watch and leave. We want you to become a part of our family on here. So please subscribe, turn on your post notification, like this video, share with a friend, and feel free to drop your questions down in the comment section. And another fun thing I would like us to do, if this is your first time of stopping by my channel, please drop a comment down below so I can welcome you officially to the channel. All right, what I have here is what we call a tambour hoop. If this is your first time seeing something like this is a ring or hoop of some sort that craft makers, beaders, and fashion designers generally use for stuff here and there. It's a multi-purpose item. You can use it for different things, but for me and the kind of work that I do, I use this for my bead work basically, and I also use it occasionally when sharing tutorials with you guys. So we'll be working with this in today's video. The net I have here is what we call illusion net. I've talked extensively about illusion net in a different video. I'll do my best to link the video on the screen for you. After watching this tutorial, you can scroll to the bottom of the description bar. You'll see 5 important videos that I've dropped there for you guys to watch, just to help you better understand everything I'll be doing in today's video. So this is illusion net. This is called a tambour ring or embroidery ring or embroidery hoop or tambour hoop. Different people call it different things, all right? And I got it off of AliExpress. This is me just answering all the questions that I believe will come out of, people watching this video. So I hope you guys are satisfied. I bought it off of AliExpress. If you don't know how to shop on AliExpress, I have a video just telling you guys how I typically buy stuff on AliExpress. I'll also do my best to link that video on the screen for you guys. What I'm going to be using in beading in today's video is what we call a beading needle. Beading needles are different from hand needle, okay? So let me show you guys the two things. If you already know this, you can skip a couple of seconds away from this, even though I feel like this is valuable knowledge. I know some people find this repetitive, but I have to keep doing this over and over again just because new people find my channel from time to time, and this will just help them better understand. All right, so this right here, this one with the green logo in front, is what we call beading needle. It comes in different sizes. I have a video that I talked extensively about beading needle, how to choose the right size, how to shop, where to buy them, and all that jazz. So feel free to go check out that video. I'll also do my best to link it for you either in the description. Just play around, look at the description, look at the pinned comments, look at everywhere. I would have left some links for you. And this right here is what we call hand sewing needle, okay? This is the typical needle that you use for your basic hand stitching kind of work, while this other one is strictly for beading, okay? People only use this for beading. You might not necessarily be able to get away with using this one for maybe sewing stuff with your hands, but this hand needle is a better option. So these are the differences for people that always ask me, oh Funmi, what's the difference between beading needle and hand needle? I hope this portion of the video helps you understand. And I already went ahead to thread my needle. The thread of choice for today is fishing line, and I'm using this size 0.25 millimeters fishing line. This right here is what we call fishing line. You see it's written strong fishing lines written on it, and this is the size here, 0.25 millimeters. Okay, this is where you typically look at when you buy something like this and you want to know the size. Fishing lines come in different sizes. The video that I linked earlier that I talked about when I said that I explained everything you need to know about beading needle, I also talked about fishing line in that video. So it's going to be really, really valuable for you to watch that tutorial. So I've already gone ahead to thread my needle with this size 0.25 millimeters fishing line. However, something else I'd like you to note is that if you don't want to use fishing line, you can use something that we call invisible thread. And I've seen someone asking me in the comment section of one of my recent videos saying, oh Funmi, what does invisible thread look like? I hope the person watches this video. This is what we call invisible thread, even though on it it has nylon invisible yarn written on it. However, this is what we call invisible thread, and like the name goes, it's invisible, almost invisible. So a lot of fashion designers like to use it when it comes to beading, especially on illusion nets, because it just blends with the nets. Like you can see me placing this on the illusion nets now, you can hardly see it. So it's a really fantastic choice. The only con to it is that because of how thin it is, working with it can be very tricky. You see, even on my skin, it's almost blending into my skin color. It can be very tricky to work it, but it gives you a very neat end result. A perfect dupe for the invisible thread is your fishing line, and I always recommend I use the very thin type of fishing line, just so it kind of helps you get a clean finish at the end of the day. Now that I've spent almost 5 minutes saying all of that, I hope nobody asks questions relating to all of this. Even though if you have questions, please still feel free to ask me. Something else that I also like to point out is this is also invisible thread, all right? And in a recent video as well, someone was asking me, oh Funmi, can I use the black invisible thread on illusion nets? If you are working with a black illusion net, feel free to use the black invisible thread. However, it won't make any sense right now for me to use this black invisible thread on this illusion net. Like, look at it. It's going to stand out and it's not going to be cute, right? But if this was color black now, of course, why not? I could have easily used this invisible thread. So I said all of that to say that if you're working with a black type of fabric or black net, feel free to use the black invisible thread. If not, if you're using any other color, feel free to use the clear invisible thread. It's a better alternative, all right? So I hope that part as well is all sorted. So now we can jump straight into the tutorial. As we all must have seen at the intro, the beading pattern that we are going to be trying to recreate today is the one done by Prudential Atelier. She's another fashion designer based out here in Nigeria that inspires me a lot. I love to see the work that she does with her business, and this neon lemon number is a banger. Okay, it looks phenomenal. So quick analysis of the outfit. As you can see here, that this dress is a very gorgeous straight dress. She also gave us like an analysis of the style. We see that they started off with a bare template for the top half of the dress. Okay, we see that at the bottom of the dress we have a neon lemon lace material that was used at the from the waist down to the full length of the dress. However, from the waist upwards, we see that they started off with a bare template. We see that at the neckline we have illusion net and a little bit of neon lemon net. I don't even know if that net is tulle or hard net or illusion net. I really don't know. Again, I did not make this dress. This dress was designed by Prudential Atelier on Instagram. Feel free to go follow her. But we see that on top of that illusion net situation from the bust area upwards, we see that we have net pinned on the neck area of the dress. We can see some pins there. I'm going to do my best to leave screenshots of everything that I'm explaining on the screen for you guys to also see and go along with me. And then we can see some beadwork already done on that net that was pinned on the top part of the dress. The next thing we see is that we see some people making markings on the net that was already pinned. You see some chalk markings, and we see that the dress has gone ahead to get some embellishment done. We see a bunch of sand beads. Actually, I think it's a mixture of sand beads, broken glass beads, sequins, rose montees. Those are the things that I can see just from what I have right here. And then after like a few more seconds, we can see someone's hand there just doing the beading and placing it. So this portion, today's tutorial, is going to be covering this beading pattern done on the dress. We are going to be trying to recreate something similar to it. I'm also going to be explaining how you go about it if you want to do something like this. But just to speed up to the end of the dress, we see that they also did some pattern. So you remember the pattern that we did for that award-winning dress? We see that this like rose-like thing that we have going on one shoulder of this dress is kind of mimicking that pattern, even though this one is more it's more rounded than that other one. Is there anything like rounded? I don't know, but it's giving a rounder vibe than what we did, and it also looks phenomenal. We see that it's kind of layered on top of each other, and I believe that it's bobby net that was also used to create this, even though I feel like you can get away with using corset mesh to recreate something like this. You guys let me know, do you think it's bobby net that was used for that rose thing or corset mesh? Let me know down in the comment section. And we can see some beadwork was also done, embroidery actually, and beadwork was also done on the rose. We see the edges of the rose already properly embroidered. Is there a word like embroider? I don't know. Anyway, you guys get the gist. I will see some beadwork in between. I will also do my best to also share how the beadwork in between the rose was done, and the end result looks phenomenal. Something that I've noticed that a lot of fashion designers do now, this is just my observation, right? A lot of them, when they buy lace fabric, lace fabric, when they buy it, they'll use it to create a dress, and then when it's time to do the beading, or maybe like the bare aspects of the dress, they kind of mimic the beading done on the lace on whatever aspect of the dress they want to bead on, just to create the illusion that everything, the entire outfit was made up of lace. We see here that the lace material that was used from the waist downwards for this dress has some beadwork done on it, and then when the beaders were going to recreate a particular beading on the bust upwards, or the waist area up to the neck area of this dress, we see that the beading done on that area is mimicking the beading pattern done on the actual lace fabric. So it creates a very nice, blend of embellishment work on the entire outfit. It all looks fabulous in my opinion. This dress as well on Prudential's skin color chef's kiss, it looks phenomenal. She looks so stunning. Now I'm thinking to myself, maybe I should get myself a neon green dress, something like this. It will look phenomenal, because I feel like this girl as well is a chocolate girl, and I'm also a chocolate girl, and I feel like it's going to look phenomenal. And you guys already know on this channel that for me and bright colors are like 5 and 6. We are in a very strong relationship. I love wearing colors that pop on my chocolate skin. So yeah, now that I've said all of that, let's get straight into beading. We are going to start off with the beading done on the top half of the dress. That's mostly where beading was done, right? And I'm going to need my fabric pencil. For those that don't know what a fabric pencil is, I'm going to show you. This right here is what we call a fabric pencil. Why am I saying fabric? This right here is a fabric pencil. It comes in different colors. I think I have 6 fabric pencils, even though what I'm seeing in front of me now is 4. I know the remaining are somewhere in the house. I just don't have the time to go look for it. So I have these right here. I got them off of AliExpress. So let me use this one that is already blunt. As usual, like I always say, when it comes to beading, when you have placed your dress on your mannequin, for people, oh, should I use tambour ring to do my own beading? No, you need to buy a body form. If you're a fashion designer, there are certain types of investments that you just have to make for your business. There's no way around it. So you need to invest in a body form. We see here that in the video that I shared with us, the beading was done with the dress already placed on a body form. Okay, so invest in a body form. After you have placed your dress on the already made dress, for those that might be asking, oh, Funmi, should I bead the fabric first before sewing? No. Make your full outfit. Let's know that, okay, you've done the fitting, the dress is fitting perfectly on whoever is going to wear it. Then it's be time to embellish. So now that you've done all of that and your dress is ready, place it on a body form, and then it will now be time to draw your pattern. We see here that on the top, oh, this pencil is too, on the top part, we have some lines going like all around like this on the net. So for me, I'm going to be doing 3 lines, and then at the bottom as well, we saw another bunch of lines going like this. Why am I doing nonsense like this? Okay. So I hope we all can see what I drew here. This is the issue whenever I have to film like this with illusion net. It kind of, but I hope you guys can see I have 3 lines going on here, 1, 2, 3. And at the bottom 1, 2, 3, and then we have this blank space here. This blank space here, we are going to be doing, I'll just explain the kind of beading that you can do here as well. So what we'll be doing is to bead on these 3 lines first of all, and then we'll bead on the 3 lines at the bottom as well. And like I said, I've already gone ahead to thread my needle, and I'm working with broken glass bead for my own. Can we see what I have here? Let me increase my brightness so we see. This is broken glass beads in color black. For whatever outfit you are making, use the appropriate type of color. So starting from this end here, I'm just going to pass my needle like so. Then I'll be picking my beads. For this, like I said in the main video, we see that they used a combination of different types of gems and stones and beads and all of that. For me, I'm just going to be working with a combination of broken glass beads, crystal beads, and maybe a little bit of sequins, just so everything looks nice. Even though the sequence that I have is not like the kind of sequence that was used in that video. I've mentioned in a different video that fashion designers, they use a very tiny type of sequence, the type of sequence that you would have on maybe something like this. Can we see this like cutout lace? This type of sequence, you see how tiny it is. This is the type of sequence that most fashion designers use, but I've not been able to find that type of sequence out here in Port Harcourt, so I just always make do with what I have. So back to the tutorial. Now that I've placed this here, I'm just going to stick my needle into my fabric, come out in front like so. Because I'm filming, sometimes it can be very challenging to give you guys a nice angle. So I picked up 4 beads. Let me zoom in further. I picked up 4 beads. I'm going to pick up 4 again. And at the end of it, I'm going to add 1 crystal bead. I have my crystal beads in size 4 here as well, just for us to better understand this tutorial. I don't think I'm using the appropriate size of needle for this work. I need to change out my needle. This needle is a bit too chunky. I'm using the size 9 needle, but I'm going to have to switch it. Let me do that switch real quick and then we'll come back. Alright guys, so I've gone ahead to change out my needle. I was doing the size 9 needle. That's why it's always important to make the right choice. So now I've changed to the size 11 beading needle. And I've gone ahead to bead on one line. I'm just picking up about 4 to 5 pieces of beads. Again, you can use sand beads, you can use broken glass beads, you can use any type of bead, honestly, depending on what you are going for. Because I'm just trying to recreate what I can see in the video, that's why I'm using this type of bead. Depending on the outfit style that you're making and what you are going for, basically decide. And as usual, I'm just passing my needle and then just picking through my net a little bit, depending on the type of fabric you're working with. If you're working with lace as well, you just pick the lace a little and then continue your beading. Sometimes I can just decide to throw in some crystal beads, okay? So depending on what you're going for, you just throw in whatever type of bead you like. And like I always say, when it comes to beading, patience. Patience is very, very important. If you're not patient, you cannot bead. And I know fashion designers, some people might not have the time for this. You can employ beaders for your fashion house, depending on how large scale your business is. Or you can even like give it as a contract. Once you're done sewing, you send the outfits to a contractor that will help you bead the dress to perfection and everything will look nice. Can we see what I've done so far? So imagine this on maybe like the bust area of an outfit. You just keep doing this all around the bust area. After you've done your markings, of course, and you're working on the lines, this is just like 2 layers. So I'm just going to continue doing this all around these lines and then also do it on the bottom. In between here, what I'm seeing from what I'm looking at in that video, what was placed there is a piece of applique or applique, for people that like to call applique, okay? So you can just like, I will still explain to us anyway, but let me first of all finish up beading. Let me just show us one more time what I'm doing. I've done a lot of these types of tutorial. I have a beading video on this beading pattern. You can go check it out. It will help you better understand. I'll do my best to either drop it on the screen or in the description bar. Go watch that video. But you're basically just putting the number of beads that you want, aligning it with the line that you have drawn, and then you just pass your needle through lightly. Okay, something like this. And you continue like that, putting in different types of beads depending on what you like. And let's see what we have here. Phenomenal. So I'm going to do this here and here, and then I'll come back to show us what we have. Okay friends, this is what we have so far. Depending on what you're creating, just keep going all around. I could have easily done this all around this circle, but yeah, there's no time, guys. A lot is going on in my life right now, so I always have to, it's a lot of dedication that gets me to actually turn on my camera and churn out tutorials for you guys. So this is where I can stop. I've seen a couple of comments from a very few of us, actually not a lot of us, 1 or 2 people saying, oh, why not do this beading on an outfit? For my channel as of today, the average watch time is about 6 minutes on my videos, and sometimes I give you guys content that is like 20 minutes. The average length of my videos is like 20 to 30 minutes, and if out of 20 to 30 minutes you guys only commit to watching like 6 minutes of that content, imagine if I'm sharing a tutorial where I'm beading a full-blown outfit. I'm spending hours showing the filming process, but you guys are not watching for long. So for those that are asking me to film how you bead a full outfit, I will not be able to do that because it's counterproductive for me as of right now. I don't know, depending on how things start to evolve in the near future, it will determine how I can, incorporate tutorials like that. So you guys for now, bear with me. We'll just need to be able to do with the short form content that I give you guys. Like I always say, my channel is not a space for spoon feeding you guys and just showing you guys nitty gritty. I feel like a lot of people that watch me are adults, they are fashion designers, they are already well established in their businesses. My tutorial is just sharing tips and tricks on how you can incorporate different types of beading style, different types of methodology when it comes to embellishment of the outfits that you design. So please bear with me if I don't give you guys the full-blown like, oh, let me show you how to bead a dress from A to Z content. But I hope you guys are still finding value from the style that I give you guys on here. Thank you guys so much for the people that subscribe, watch my videos, support me, drop nice comments in the comment section. Thank you also for people that, thank you to you guys that also give me feedback. A lot of times the feedback are typically constructive and I see what you guys are saying, but I need to also, while being hardworking, I need to also be smart with the work that I'm doing. So please bear with me for now. Things will definitely improve in the near future. All right, now that I've given you guys all that talk, this is what we've done so far. In between here, like I was trying to explain earlier on, you can decide whether you also want to still go ahead and do a different type of beading pattern in between here. We see, let me just see if I can put a screenshot on the screen for you guys. With the dress on Prudential, we see that she did the beading all around the top and bottom area of the breast cup of this dress, and then in between at the center we see something going on there. Personally, I think they did like some kind of patchwork there. So when I say patchwork, you get an applique and then put it like a patch in between there. They could have also beaded it. Like I said, I did not bead the dress, so I can't really say, but I feel like they just got an applique and went ahead to just put some patches in between that center. So to create that kind of illusion, I'm going to give you guys this little applique that I have here. I could easily just go ahead and arrange this in between this center point here, and then maybe just like attach it to the net. Imagine this on an outfit. Like if I can just divide this applique and strategically place it here, it will look phenomenal, right? So I'm just going to go ahead. I'll see. Let me even show you guys another type of applique that I have here that could also work for this. Do I know where? Okay, it's right here. Remember this black applique that I also have here? I could easily just patch, divide it, and then just stick it in here somewhere. Like find a way to just place it. I'll have to just divide it, right? It's just my ability to just basically find the best way to place stuff. So you can, after you've beaded around the perimeter of wherever you want to bead, you can also incorporate appliques into your work, right? There's no limits to how you can do this thing called embellishments. Okay, so that's what I believe was done with this outfit on Prudential Atelier. They went ahead to bead the top and bottom area, and even along we see that's like, I don't know, like line coming from her neck to the middle part of her bust. We see some beadwork done there. So just keep doing this, and then I hope you get the kind of results that you want. At the back of this dress as well, so we see that there's illusion net going on in the neck area, so it also extends to the back. I saw a particular beading pattern at that back area that I think I want to also share with us how I believe that beadwork was done. I just want to see if I can provide a screenshot of that area of the dress. I feel like you guys will be interested, and it looks pretty easy to achieve. So let me just quickly switch out my fabric and then show us how I believe that particular beadwork was done. We see that we have some straight beading done and then some zigzag beading. So this beading pattern is basically like a zigzag kind of beading pattern. So I'm just going to draw like some zigzag lines here. I'll do 2 of those, and then we have like the straight line in between. So when it comes to this, it's very simple, right? All you're doing is just beading on this straight line and on this zigzag. On your fabric, depending on what you're trying to do, you just do this. I'm just going to grab my needle and thread and then run through beading this very, very quickly. For this one, I'm just using this old piece of, what's it called now? Needle and thread. I'm working with polyester thread. If you don't know what polyester thread is your regular schmegular thread, okay? Let me show us. This right here is what we call polyester thread, but I'm using this in color, is it color wine now or burgundy color? Honestly, you guys get the gist. This is the color that I have right here in front of us. So now that you've drawn out, the beauty of doing this is you've drawn out your pattern. You are just following the lines. So I'll start from the top of this, my zigzag right here. Let me move this pencil aside. And then pick up, I'm still using these black beads that I have here because it's just easier. In that video as well, I think it's the broken glass bead that was used. Am I sure this choice of bead is good? Just so you guys can see what I'm doing clearly, I'm going to switch it out and use a different color of bead. I decided to work with this golden bead. All right, friends, so we see what we have here. It's just like a zigzag kind of beading done. So you can do this maybe on bare areas of a design that you've created and maybe you don't like it. You can just incorporate this type of thing. Something else I'd also like to show us real quick is instead of using your broken glass beads, you can also use your rice beads, but I recommend using this stronger type of rice beads. I've talked about this type of bead a couple of times on here on the channel. Let me reduce my screen brightness. So we see this type of rice bead is different from the regular schmegular one. For those that might be curious, I got this from my one market, from my sewing accessories vendor out there. So all you're doing for this one, you're picking one single rice bead and then just sewing it, following the markings that you've done on your fabric, right? This one is going to be faster in my opinion, and it's also going to be equally nice. Okay, I hope we all understand everything that I'm sharing with us in this video. If you've not liked the video yet, please do well to hit that like button. It would support me greatly. Let me see what we have here already. Looking fabulous, right? So imagine doing this continuously till I get to the top of the fabric, just going with the zigzag method. This particular type of bead, I love it so much. This chunkier type of rice bead is more expensive than the regular rice beads, but the end result always looks fabulous at the end of the day. As usual, I'm just going to reiterate, if you have any questions for me, please feel free to drop it down in the comment section. However, I feel like I made this pretty self-explanatory, right? Like I try to break things down here for you guys to fully digest the information I'm passing across. So if you enjoyed watching again, please make sure you like the video. If you're not subscribed, now will be a fantastic time to hit that subscribe button. Share this video with a friend if you know someone that likes stuff like this, or maybe you have a family member that you would like to also have this type of skill. Please feel free to share with them. If you're running a fashion business and maybe you want your bidders to recreate something like this, feel free to show them this video. Tell them, oh, you want them to do this type of bidding on whatever outfits it is that you want to make. I hope you guys find this tutorial useful in any shape or form that you choose to use it. So this is the zigzag one. For this straight line, I don't want to bore you guys. I've done the straight beading pattern multiple times on the channel. I have a whole tutorial talking about the straight beading, so feel free to go check out that video. This is the end of today's video. These are the 2 beading patterns that we worked on for the sake of today's tutorial. Remember, in this open spot, I told you guys that you could easily do some type of beading. This is a previous pattern that I worked on. So imagine putting this maybe on an outfit, doing this, and also incorporating this type of beading, this custard beading at the center. It will look fabulous. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, these are the 2 beading patterns that we did. Remember to like this video, subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed, share this video with a friend, and yeah, friends, I can't wait to see you in another awesome tutorial very soon. Bye bye.